Hi all, welcome back to the channel, and today a little unboxing of a very small game, as you can see from the size of my hand. This is the latest in the General Orders games published by Osprey, the Sengoku Jidai period, game by David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin, and illustrated by Tana Straheli. Apologies again for pronunciations there. This is a follow-on from General Orders World War II. There may well have been other games, but certainly World War II is one I'm aware of. Not a game type that's been on my radar. I am a big fan of David Thompson, Trevor Benjamin. I've got most of the Undaunted series. Prolific game designers, and I always enjoy the mechanics of their games. But this one, perhaps General Orders, has put me off, mainly because of its first appearance style of game, which hasn't always appealed to me. So I was a little bit uncertain whether to take the plunge on this one. However, the period and the graphic design won me over. What's not to like when there's samurai involved? So I thought I'd just share with you the contents of the box, and then I hope in due course to play a couple of games and give you a little bit of an update, all being well, on how I found it from there. So this is the box. I say small package, quite deep box, and on the back there you can just sort of see this is a worker placement game, and these are the type of games I don't normally go for. Worker placement games, not something I'm a big fan of, but I understand they have their place. But of course there's perhaps a little bit more to this than initially meets the eye. So one of the big appeals is it's a 30-minute game, historical and war game as well. Not too many components. What you have got, as we'll see, are very nice quality. A 10 to 2 player game combining the dynamism of a war game with cutthroat decision making of a worker placement game. So particularly drawn to this. I like the idea of the fact you've got key waterways involved, so you've got some ships, some naval bits and pieces going on, card related mechanics. But let's have a look inside the box and see what you get. Okay, I think I'm just going to zoom the camera in because this is just so small. But you can see beautiful artwork, really nice, as you would expect from an Osprey publication. I mean, their Undaunted games were second to none. Again, boxes, really solid, good quality boxes. Nice finish inside there. Lovely. Perhaps you roll your dice in that, couldn't you? Okay, so let's see what you get. You got your rules of war. Nice little booklet, again, not too big. Bit of historical flavour there. A little bit about the people involved in the game there. Obviously there's always other people involved. So the game rules, you've got 35 pages, but obviously you've got some example turns. I always start at the back. So probably I would say about 30 odd pages of hardcore rules. But everything looks to be really nicely set out. Set up, components, concepts. Yeah, nice colour palette used, clear fonts, lots of examples, which is really nice to see. Should be quite interesting. You got bombarding there, shelling, sieges, reinforcements, embarkation, imports, planning, conflicts, area bonuses, hidden bases, armory, shipyards, pirate havens. There's a lot here in this little package, and certainly having a look at some other people's comments around how the game works, it does look very interesting. But love the colour palette. I think that's really nice. Okay, let's see what else we get. So we've got some push out counters. Again, really nice because there's only 6 here, but lovely artwork, lovely component quality. I think this is the initiative counter, and then these will go on to the activation tables and things like that, but it looks very nice, very nice indeed. Good quality cardstock as always from Osprey as well. This is your main sort of card that will go next to the board, which will be in play during the game, and I think depending on which side of the map you're playing decides which side of this card you'll also have in play. So there's actually 2 maps here, so you've got 2 games you can play. So as well as that and the card functionality and everything else, there's a lot of game here in a very small package. So that's the map, which we'll come on to. Blimey, there is a lot of things here. Nice little divider here. You've got some cards. We'll have a look at those in a moment as well. Some dice. These are all beautifully packaged. And then various markers and counters. Wooden, and then some nice dividers in there, which will obviously come in very handy with the amount of components we're dealing with here. So let's just have a look first at some of the bits and pieces that you get in here. Let's just get a few out in our hand and see what we've got. So these are really nice wooden markers. I think these will be ships. These might be little commander tokens. Quite nice. We've got some other ones on here, not quite sure what these are at the moment. Interesting. Not sure that's the right way out. Maybe it's, oh, I'm not sure. We shall see. But there's a lot in there, lot in that little bag. They're all pretty much the same types. Let's just do that one up there. Okay. And then we've got these red circular discs, again all nice wooden, good quality components. Dice, not going to get them out, but you can see there they've either got 2 dots, 1 dot, or no dots on them, which I believe is the combat dice used for working out casualties and things like that. Let's have a little look at this massive board. I say that a little bit tongue-in-cheek. I actually quite like the fact that this is a small package. I love small package games, great travel games. So we've got the map here. We can zoom that in a little bit so you can just see some of the things on there a little bit clearer. So we'll perhaps pick the board up, because as I say, it's quite easy to do. You can see some of the lovely artwork when you sort of close into the detail there. You'll see a bit clearer that way. That's it. Really quite nice. You don't necessarily see that on the camera when it's down on the table quite so easily, but what you can start to see perhaps is the waterways going around the land areas on the table there, and on the other side you've got another one, and again you can see it close. From a distance you can sort of see where the waterways are in the land areas. Again, this is not a big board, as you can see from the size of my hand there and the size of the box. So really nice, easy package to get on the table, and that lays pretty flat. I think after a couple of plays, you know, or have that been out for a little while, that would be absolutely fine from that point of view. Let's just have a little look at the cards. And what's really nice here is the cards, which I'm just opening up off camera. I've got a nice little thing on them that makes it a lot easier to get the cellophane off. It often can be a real pain trying to get the cellophane off cards for games. So first of all, really like the backs on these. It's a really nice kind of period feel to those. and also I assume because these are slightly different backs, they're slightly different cards. So let's have a look at these ones first, which are all the red backed ones, just to give you a bit of a flavour. So beautiful, stunning artwork, just like with the Undaunted series, which the cards were amazing. These again look absolutely superb, and you can see there they're just giving you a lot of period flavour. You know, there's various different types of cards there that do different things, but really, really nice. Love the artwork. I think it's excellent. Some of the best I've seen in Wargames on cards. Really, really good. And I'm always a sucker for a bit of good artwork. So they look excellent. They're really good quality stock as well, card stock as well. The black cards, so we've got some little quick reference play structures, and then it looks like maybe these are for the other side, different sides, similar sort of cards, but obviously a mix for each side. Some interesting ones there I hadn't seen. Maybe these are more for the naval version. I'm not sure if both maps cover the naval stuff or not. Maybe they do, but some interesting cards there. So the cards pretty gorgeous. The map pretty gorgeous. Really good quality components. Some nice cardstock bits and pieces, and a really lovely colourful rule book. Good box with a nice storage tray. And of course, the box itself with that beautiful artwork. So that's general orders. The Sengoku Jidai game from Osprey. David Thompson, Trevor Benjamin, the designers. I hope you've enjoyed this little unboxing. Looking forward to giving this a go. And hope to bring you some more material very, very soon. Enjoy your hobby weekend. Hope you're getting up to lots. As always, great to hear your comments. Great to hear what you're up to, and just to chat generally. Always good to chat to fellow gamers. So take care and see you all again soon.